YouTube? Topaz Yates back for another album review, and this one is to that Montana 300, Don't Doubt the God, and I'm giving this one a solid yellow light here, dude. Like one that you definitely are going to need to go out there, peep out. Simply put, for all of the people out there who want to say that there's no new artists out there that's lyricists out there, man, in this current generation of trap music and all of that coming from Chicago and all this, then you're absolutely wrong, because this is the thing that Montana 300 focuses on and specializes in, man, as he's spitting bars all throughout. Some very solid stuff, man. But yet the reason why it's not a green light here is simply put, he's not a complete enough artist for that yet. Like, even though my favorite thing is to break down lyricism and all of that, man, I still have to focus on the quality level of the songs. See, Montana 300 struggles once he goes away from his absolute strengths of just going in and such, man. And we're definitely going to touch on that as we break down these individual tracks here. So let's start by breaking down my favorite songs off this entire project. But there's only two of them on here, dude. And my first one happened to be the intro and that God Strong. What I love about this, man, is that quality production just completely meshes so well with his flow, his delivery, and the fact that he's just hitting us with bar after bar after bar, and they all are rather solid, man. Like, let's go ahead and break down some of these. I am to my fans is Tom Brady to the Patriots, and that ball is rather self-explanatory there, man, but for those of you who don't watch football and all that, here's what it is. Tom Brady being the MVP for the team, the Patriots, that without Tom Brady, the Patriot team would not win these Super Bowls as they've been consistently doing for these years. He also said that my homies got their balls up and I don't even have to spot them. Now that was solid because that was weightlifting terminology. Whenever you're doing bench press or something, you should have somebody spotting you, making sure that you don't drop those dumbbells on your neck and kill yourself. But yet what he's saying is my homies and they balls, in which he's talking about written balls here, they've gotten themselves to a quality level without him having to teach them how to do it. That was a solid punchline. He said he's like a chess game, how he's chasing a check, in which for those of you who don't play chess, the whole point of the game is to put the opponent's king in check. Pretty much capture the opponent's king with your various moves. And that's ultimately what you gotta do. Like when you're threatening the opponent's king, then you have him in check. And then when you have him beat, you put him in checkmate. In which he's pretty much playing off of that while he's trying to go out here and get this money. And then how he says that he keeps that paper on him like the postman, and that's dope because every postman that you'll ever see has to have at least one newspaper on him at that particular time and such, man. When you break it down, logical, even though it's a very simplistic one, it was a potent one. Now my second favorite song is that Busta Rhymes joint, man, and I love this one because of the layers that's within it. That production is cool. It definitely has that high energy that Montana 300 thrives with there, but I like the way that he's paying homage to that put your hands where my eyes can see joint, in which he's using that similar flow, but yet he's updating a lot of the rhymes and such, man. He's actually rhyming with similar things as well. Like when he said that I pass it to him like Rubio being an NBA basketball player, I think he plays for the Timberwolves or whatever, man, and they be catching it like Julio Jones and such, man, which he's talking about how people are catching bullets as they getting smoked like Pookie, though, with Pookie being from New Jack City, crackhead and such, but he's pretty much saying that people are getting killed with these bullets that he's throwing, and which that's solid in its own accord, man, but once you break it down to he's using somewhat of the same rhyme schemes that Busta Rhymes had in the original joint when he said, you don't want to violate Trulio, cause my homie Julio is really moody though and all of that. You see that he's rhyming with the same things, but he's updating it with the times and making it into solid punchlines as we see it, man. That was excellent. But those two songs are really the only ones that I really rock with like that, even though he does still try to play with his strengths on a couple other songs, like the FGE Cypher, man, where all that is him and the squad just going in and just spitting balls and all that, dude. And I felt as though that production just wasn't as solid, and the fact that he got so many people on there, you gotta have everybody on there on the same level. Everybody got to go ahead and spit like he was spitting in order for this to be comparable to the previous songs that he had. And I'm not trying to knock them or anything like that because they are solid, but yet they're not on that level yet, you dig? And honestly, that just took away from this entire track. Then you look at songs like that Dirty Dancing, where he's sticking to his strengths right here, man, with just going in and spitting balls, saying how paralyzed people tell him that they be feeling his stuff. That was cool, simplistic but very cool punchline. Then how he said, no Bruce Jenner, but you still a bitch. Like, that was simplistic but cool as well, man. It's just that production was rather on the dry side. Like, I could see the commercialized industry running with that one though, because that's exactly the type of production that's getting hot out here in these streets. But it's really just not my preference, as the last remaining songs off this project, which is a lot of them, can really just fit into two categories. The first one being a super female fan base orientated type joint, and the songs that fit into that would be Plug Love, Head to Sauce, Love the Rapper, Like That, and Wifing You. Now my issue with these is that it's all the more obvious that he's just not comfortable with making these types of songs, man, that's dedicated to female fan bases. He's obviously just much more comfortable just going in, spitting balls, because Montana 300 is one of those throwback type of dudes, man, that'll just go in the booth and spit, and he'll go in there and spit punchline after punchline, no need for a topic, no need for anything. He'll give you hot balls, but yet you got to focus him into making quality music geared to other fan bases in order to sell, in order to become a better overall MC and all that, man. And you can tell this is one direction that he's not that comfortable with, that he probably hasn't had a tremendous amount of practice with. And the last batch of songs really fit into the whole concept of back then you didn't want me, now I'm hot, now you all on me, and I'm stunting on all of y'all because of all of this and such, man. And that's honestly one that's kind of surprising that he struggles with. And these songs are that Born to Ball, My Drip, Thankful, I'm the Man, My Dough. Pretty much all of these songs fit along that same category. The reason why I'm shocked that he's not very strong at this is because it's based upon the same predicate of just going in and spitting. But yet I feel as though it's the selection of production that's really what drives this out. The whole celebratory type sound that he gets from the production for these types of songs, man, it really does clash with his delivery and his flow and what really makes him into a really good lyricist. But overall, man, this is one of those that's definitely worth peeping out just off the strength of the lyricism and the punchlines that he's spitting right here. And this is why I'm giving this joint, man, a 7.5 out of 10. But a quick recap here, man. The positives that I'm taking from this is the lyricism, man. He is easily the best lyricist of this generation of new rappers and such that's out here, man, in the whole drill and trap rap and all of that. Easily. The negatives is he's not a complete MC, yet he struggles going from topic to topic to topic. He doesn't have really big concepts or anything besides that Busta Rhymes joint. And overall he struggles a bit, but these are all things that can come as he grows into his own, as he continues to go. But this concludes today's review, man, and now we're going to jump into a brief instrumental before we jump into the news and then jump into an article from downloadpads.com. Seen this Harvard graduate named Obasi Shaw. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, man. But he did something rather unique that no one has ever done, which I'm surprised no one has done besides him. With what he did for his thesis paper to get up out of college and all that, he created a hip-hop album where he's pretty much talking about slavery and how we are right now, man. And I definitely listened to it, and it wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, I feel as though he could be a much better MC, but ultimately, he's not going in that direction. Much love to him, man. That's definitely a project you guys should go ahead and peep out. It's called Liminal Minds. But anyway, on today's article from downloadpads.com, and today's article was about bouncing back, because here's the thing. Everybody wants to wish that they'll never take a loss. Everybody think that you're going to come in the game, everything's going to be smooth, you're going to be great, all of that nonsense. That is not how this game works. You're going to lose 1,000 times before you reach that one victory that becomes a massive victory that you can live off for the rest of your life, you did. So you got to master the whole art form of bouncing back from a loss. And how you do this is you analyze, what is it that you did wrong? Why did it not work? How can you flip it up for the next time? How can you take that and do something unique and different about it next go round? And you always want to keep in mind these losses and such, man, because they're the things that's going to guide you to where you need to be. You're never going to be given the exact road for you, because everyone's road is differently, but you can always go off of the losses that you had because you don't want to go that direction again, and the only other way to go from there is one towards victory. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there And you can go to downloadpads.com, that's down there, to read today's article.